In 2013, the Canadian Federation of Independent Business published a study in collaboration with KPMG, Canada's second-largest accounting firm. They compared annual regulatory costs in Canada with those in the U.S. The end result was that the cost per employee was $1,858 higher per employee in Canada.
In 2013, the U.S. and Canadian dollars were assumed to be at parity. Fast forward 8 years to 2020, and the U.S. dollar had increased to an average of 1.3415 times the value of the Canadian dollar. In 2021, the CFIB repeated the study, this time with new partners. They dumped KPMG in favor of Intuit, Quickbooks, and the Small Business Roundtable, a coalition of leading small business and entrepreneurship organizations dedicated to advancing policy, securing access, and promoting inclusion to benefit the businesses at the heart of the American economy.
According to the updated study, businesses in the United States attribute a higher share of their regulatory burden to red tape at 36% than Canadian businesses, at just 28%. The share attributed to red tape has remained relatively stable in Canada, declining by 1% since 2013. In the United States, they've increased by 4% since 2013.
However, the results showed that in Canada, businesses with fewer than 100 employees actually benefited from significant declines in regulatory costs of between 3 and 28%. By contrast, in the U.S., all business showed significant increases, with businesses having fewer than 5 employees seeing those costs more than double. At SBA Canada, we're particularly interested in the cost of professional fees. While the cost of government regulation stayed constant in Canada, professional fees, primarily for accounting services, increased by 30% for our smallest businesses in real terms. This increase coincided with the amalgamation of the 3 legacy accounting bodies in 2014. The prime beneficiaries of these increased costs were arguably Canada's largest accounting firms and the 13 professional regulatory bodies they controlled. While changes in the relative values of the two currencies make comparisons complex, there are a number of concerns we have with regulatory changes introduced by CPA Canada. First, standards for compilation engagements, which overwhelmingly affect our smallest businesses, have been increased, ostensibly to protect the public interest. Second, new competency requirements for entrance into the profession have made it difficult for the sole practitioners that make up 55% of professional firms to successfully train their replacements. These new requirements have little to do with the needs of these practitioners' small business clients. Effectively, this means that changing demographics will force most new recruits to work for the largest firms. This will undoubtedly mean that professional fees for our smallest businesses will continue increasing as large numbers of aging baby boomers begin to retire, with no one to replace them.